Hello, welcome back to the United Way 4, the Fenerbahce versus Manchester United Europa League preview. Manchester United travel to Turkey on Thursday to face, of course, Fenerbahce in the Europa League group stage. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a big one. Manchester United coming up against Jose Mourinho, former Manchester United manager, and former Manchester United players Fred and Sofian Amrabat. So again, it's going to be very, very interesting. And again, excuse the voice. Don't know what I'm after coming down with, but look, we move on. We'll grind out. But look, before we get stuck into any preview, talking about the game, please subscribe if you haven't already and like the video and comment your prediction for the upcoming game and how you think the game will go. Will we get the win on Thursday? Will we lose? Will we draw? Let us know in the comments. And again, do join us for the watch along on Thursday. If I'm still alive, there will be a watch along. So as it stands, there will be a watch along on Thursday for the game against Fenerbahce in the Europa League. Look, it's a game that I'm actually looking forward to, but it's a game that I'm sort of having me suspicions. You know, I'm a bit weary with Fenerbahce. You know what I mean? We had a good game on Saturday against Brentford, beating them 2-1. We deserved the win. I thought the second half especially, we played very, very well. I thought Rashford off the right was good. Garnacho was good. Rasmus was good. Dele was actually very good. Leach, left back, was actually good. Dalot back in his right back position. I like all of the team played well on Saturday, to be fair. You have to give it to them. Even the subs as well didn't do too shabby. And yeah, it was a good performance, and I hope it was a win and a performance that we can get bigger, get better, and give us confidence going into this game against Fenerbahce. Because look, regardless of how Fenerbahce are performing or what's being said about them or our manager Jose Mourinho, it's still going to be an interesting game. Manchester United like to make, especially away European games, whether it's in the Champions League or the Europa League, we like to make it tough for ourselves, especially under Erik ten Hag. We like to make it tough for ourselves. So look, I hope that we get the win. But again, it's not going to be an easy one. I don't think it's going to be an easy one for either side. But again, looking at our form, here it is. So we drew 1-1 against FC Twente in our first Europa League game. We lost 3-0 against Tottenham. We drew 3-3 against Porto after being 2-0 up. Then we got a man sent off. Then we went behind, but Harry Maguire came off the bench and saved us with a late minute equaliser from a corner. We drew against Aston Villa 0-0 and we beat Brentford 2-1. So, look, in our previous 5 games, we have 1 win, 3 draws and 1 loss. It's not great, but we need to build a bit of momentum, a bit of form here. I don't want us to win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game, win, lose, lose. I want to see us win. If you can go on a 4 or 5 game run, it'll boost confidence and make us think, all right, hold on, maybe we actually can play football. Look, I hope, because even though we beat Brentford, the games before that, Villa, Porto, Spurs, 20, it wasn't great. It just wasn't great. And I hope that Thursday we can win another game. And then we go West Ham on Sunday, win that game. Then we have Leicester next Wednesday in the Carabao Cup, win that game. And then we have Chelsea next Sunday, win that game. If we can win our next, 4 games, that'll be good. That'll be a fight. Not just win, but just don't lose our next 5 games. That'll be brilliant. You know what I mean? That'd be brilliant. And have good performances in them games as well, because there are some games you win and then we just don't play well. Or there are some games we draw in and we just don't play well. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, let's hope we can. But look, I thought Saturday was probably our best, especially in the second half, was our best performance of the season yet against Brentford. And like I said at the start, Rashford off the right was good. Garnacho, Rasmus. I thought Rasmus was actually very good on Saturday. When he got the ball, the whole of play. He's up against Nathan Collins as well. Sort to be him and Nathan Collins battling against each other for the whole game. I look, he got the better of Nathan Collins in the end. I just thought Rasmus was very good. I mean, I think even Jamie Carragher said it, which is surprising. Not that we care about what Jamie Carragher thinks, but he was like, he's starting to look like a player, and I think he is. And that's what I'm saying. If you can give Rasmus, like last season, we kept saying, give him service, give him the ball, let him have it, let him have at it, let him have a bite at the game. He can show us what he can do, and he done exactly that. He showed us what he can do, and I thought it was good, and hopefully he can get better. He came back from injury against Porto, started, scored a goal against Villa. No one scored in that game, obviously. Then we had Brentford, and he scored in that game. So it was good to see him score in them games. Look, I do think he's better than Xerxes so far, but hopefully Xerxes can get better as well. I mean, look at Rasmus's fourth season. It wasn't, let's not, sugarcoat it or anything. It wasn't a good season. It took him until Christmas to score his first goal in the Premier League. I mean, it took Xerxes, first game of the season to score. So, you can have their comparisons and their debates. But look, hopefully we start to see Xerxes as well get better as well, because we do hope he can get better as well. Look, hopefully he can. The Premier League, it's a different ball game to the Serie A. It is. It really, really is a big different ball game to the Serie A. It's a lot more competitive, a lot more quicker. Everything about it. It's a whole lot better, to be honest with you, as well. But again, actually, I do have our travelling squad that has travelled to Fenerbahce, to Turkey. So we have Boyinder, Heaton, Onana. Defenders, Amas, so it's good to see him travel. Dallo, Dele, Lindelof, Martinez, Mazraoui, and Ogunoi. Midfielders, Casemiro, Eriksson, and Ugarte. Look, them three are definitely going to start on Thursday. There's no one else. I've seen some people say put Xerxes in the 10. Behind Rasmus, you could do that. You could do that. But will Ten Hag do that? He might do that if, I don't know, maybe we're 2 goals ahead and I don't know, or whoever's playing in the 10 is having a howler. One or the other. You never know. You just never know. But I'd be very surprised if Ten Hag picks any other midfield. Forwards, Ahmad, Anthony, Garnacho, Hyland, Rashford, Wheatley, and Xerxes. So that is the travelling squad. Again, obviously Bruno got sent off against Porto. We sort of gone through a phase recently where you just love to pick up red cards and all that. Anyways, but again, in terms of team news, Manchester United, Euro's still out, of course, but he has returned to training. Manu out, Maguire out, Shaw out. Supposedly he's back on the grass as well, alongside Malacia, Mount, and Collier. He seems to be out as well. And Johnny Evans didn't train in our last training session, so this is being recorded on a Wednesday. So today he hasn't trained. So again, that's an interesting one, because I thought he maybe would have started in this game. Then for Fenerbahce, they have Oosterworld, Unger, Yuksek, Asai, Samuel, Irfan, Gribayat, Kostic, Aiden, Elmaz, and Merkin will all be we're all left out of the squad. Any other injuries for them? I don't think so. So I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, look, it is going to be an interesting game. I don't think it's going to be tough. I think it's another must-win game, because in the Europa League, we're 24th and Fenerbahce are 14th. We have 2 points. Fenerbahce have 4. So again, a win could put us on to 5 points, and that could maybe put us into the top 8, depending on how the teams above do. With Ajax are 8 at the moment, so we'll have to see how they go in their game. But look, it's weird coming up against Mourinho, Fred, Amrabat. Amrabat, we signed them on loan, in January. I think it was January. And then we got rid of Fred. We played a season under Ten Hag, then we got rid of him. So again, it'd be interesting to see what he can do. Hopefully he he plays bad alongside Amrabat. But look, in this game, we need to gain control and keep character because we like to concede a lot of goals away. Look at Porto, for example. We scored 2 goals. They came back and we conceded 3. Game finishes 3-3. Last season in the Champions League, we conceded, 4 or 5 against Bayern in the first game. I remember we conceded 4 against Copenhagen, 3 against Galatasaray. We like to concede a lot of goals, especially away from home. And 2 goals or more is what we like to concede in European competitions. Like it seems like we like to do. So if we do get a lead in this game, gain control and build a bit of character. Don't just shit the bed. You know what I mean? If Fenerbahce get a chance, or before you know it, their fans are up on their feet going, making a lot of noise. The Fenerbahce are pushing and we have a lead. Or even if it's 0-0, 1-1, whatever, don't shit the bed. Keep it going, build a bit of character, because if we want to get back to the top with Man City and Real Madrid and whatnot, this is what you have to do. You're gonna go to tough stadiums. You're gonna go to these stadiums where the team are going to be good, the fans are going to be behind them. They're going to keep hitting you. You have to build a bit of character and gain control of that game. If we can gain control, Fenerbahce won't have to horse. But it's like when we go 2 goals up, it's like we're like, right now, let's just sit back, go for more. You know what I mean? If we do go 2 goals ahead in this game, don't just sit back. And if we do sit back and Fenerbahce concede, then say, right, let's go again. Let's do what we were doing when we were 1-0 up. Let's do that. And I hope it's what we can do. I really do hope it's what we can do in this game, because it seems to be away from home, not just at home. It's more away from home. We like to concede a lot of goals and slip up leads. It's just how it is, and I do think this is a must win, and I hope we do win. I really, really do. I mean, look, I still think you look at the new Europa League sort of structure now. If you finish 9th to 24th, you go to the playoffs. Like, there's a very good chance where they're going to still be in the Europa League. I'll be very surprised if we don't finish at least in the top 24. Like, if we don't finish in the top 24, Ten Hag, what are you doing to me? Players, what are you doing to me? You know what I mean? Seriously, what's going on there? But look, like I said, I hope the Brentford win can rise us in confidence. And look, can Manchester United beat Fenerbahce? I'm going to say I think we can. But look, we're more than capable. Well, I am more than capable. But it's just, will we beat? Will we beat Manchester? Well, will we beat Fenerbahce? Because I feel like we can be our own worst enemy at times. Porto is a good example. Right, we can all look at it back and say 10-man Manchester United got a point against Porto. 11-man Manchester United went 2 goals up against Porto. 11-man Manchester United went from 2 goals ahead to losing 3-2. You know what I mean? You can look at it in a positive way, but you can also look at it in a negative way if you want. But look, I don't want to be negative. Brentford was a good performance. Let's keep going. Let's keep it up. Let's just keep it going. But look, I want to talk about Fenerbahce. Here is their form. They lost against Galatasaray 3-1. They beat Union Saint Gilloise 2-1. They beat Antalyaspor 2-0. They drew 1-1 against FC 20, just like ourselves, and they drew in their previous game against Samsun Sport 2-2. So in the previous 5, you have 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. Jose Mourinho's been called grumpy, sad, whatever. That's just Jose Mourinho. It's just Mourinho. He's a man that wants the best out of his team. He wants his team to be successful. He loves winning. He loves trophies. He just loves that, and that has 3 points or silverware at the end of it. And that's exactly what Mourinho wants. It is. Come on, I'm Manchester United. It is what it is. So yeah, like in their previous 5, they have 2 wins. We have 1 win. So both teams are coming into this game a bit unsure what to expect. Mourinho likes to be defensive. With Fenerbahce, looking at their previous game, he went with a 4-1-4-1. That could well be a 4-5-1. You just never know what you could go with there. So yeah, like a 4-5-1, a 4-2-3-1. If he gets a lead, he likes to park the bus. I just think he sets up to just frustrate the opponent, and it's as simple as that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I do expect if Fenerbahce do go ahead tomorrow, they will frustrate us. So we can't let that. Don't let them frustrate us. Keep at them. It's as simple as that. Look, they have a lot of good players. They actually do have a very lot of good players. I was looking at their team before I clicked the record button. Obviously, they have Amrabat, Fred. They have a man who used to play for Ten Hag at Ajax, Tadic. They have a former City player in Dzeko. They have the Croatian goalkeeper, Livakovic. Then they have Soyuncu, who used to play for Leicester, Enesiri, Maximan, Tosun, Kostic. They actually have reasonably decent players. You have to give it to them as well. So I do suspect that they don't just have a team that are just full of one or two good players. They actually have a few threats. Maximan is pacey. Tadic, I wouldn't say he's pacey, but he knows how to do it. And Dzeko loves scoring goals. And Fred, Fred. We know what Fred can do when he's good as well. And Amrabat, sit back, defend. It's as simple as that. But they do have a very, very good team, in all fairness. And look, Fenerbahce can beat us, but I'm going to say it, and this may come back to haunt me. I think coming into this game, we're probably... Well, look, we're the stronger team. We do have a strong team on paper. It's just we need to put that paper on the pitch and actually play a good bit of ball. You know what I mean? That's what we have to do. They're danger, man. There is a few. Tadic, probably. But again, I haven't watched Fenerbahce once this season. But Tadic is good. Fred, go on. We give it to Fred. No, look, I hope this is not a game where if we lose, that people are always like, look, what, shouldn't have sold Fred, should have signed them about permanently, shouldn't have sacked Mourinho. Just there'll be a lot of these people who will have the tweets ready. But I do think we are well more than capable of beating this Fenerbahce side. But look, when the group draw was made on the teams we were going to face, it was like, right, Fenerbahce, Porto, that's going to be tough. Look, I don't expect us to roll up here and smash Fenerbahce to pieces. I hope that is the case. I really, really do, but I don't think that'll be the case either. I wouldn't be surprised if we go 2 goals up and this ends 2-2, 3-2, us 3-3. Don't be surprised if there's goals. But when Mourinho, as much as he likes to attack, defensive, he knows what to do. He's been in this game a very long time, and he's a very good manager and he has a lot of experience, so he knows what he's doing. But when he's angry, I feel like his team just crumble. But yeah, I'm sure our fans are going to be noisy. They're in the Turkish league. I remember we played Galatasaray last year in the Champions League away from home. Their fans are noisy. And we went 2 goals ahead there, 2 or 3 goals ahead there, and we slipped it. So yeah, and then their fans woke up. But look, let's go with my predicted 11. And again, let us know your predicted 11 as well. So here's my Manchester United predicted 11 to face Fenerbahce in the Europa League. So we have Onana in goals, a back 4 of Dalot, Martinez, De Ligt, and Mazraoui. I think Mazraoui will start. I think he'll come back into the squad. Obviously, he was on the bench on Saturday. Came on for the last couple of minutes. I actually would have went with the same back 5 that played against Brentford. The fact that Johnny Evans didn't train, there's a chance he might not play in this game or feature on the bench or whatever. And again, he didn't travel with the squad. That sort of goes to show that he won't be playing in this game, which is a shame. But, I know some say it's a bit sad when I'm saying this, but he's actually been probably one of our best players at the moment. But look, let's see what happens. So I do think we'll go back to our usual back 5 we've seen in the previous games. I thought Dalot right back. It does go to show that Dalot, our position is not good, because we played him right back on Saturday and he had a very good game in all fairness. A midfield 3 of Ugarte, Casemiro and Christian Eriksen. Again, I'd be very surprised if he has Xerxes playing behind Rasmus. I'm very, very surprised if he does. So I think this will be the midfield. And again, people want to see what we're like without Bruno Fernandes. People have been crying out for Ten Hag to drop Bruno. He has to forcefully drop Bruno because he's suspended, obviously. So yeah, let's just see what happens. But if this is another bad game or the midfield is just rubbish, then people will go, well, if Bruno's not the problem, look, if we could, and again, if we go out and that midfield plays great, doesn't have a lot of legs, but Ugarte, definitely the quickest out of the bunch in the midfield. If that midfield goes out and plays great, I'll be very. Ten Hag's not going to drop Bruno for Sunday's game. So regardless of how good or bad the midfield goes, I'll be very surprised if Ten Hag says, you know what, I'm going to drop Bruno, the captain of Manchester United, and play this midfield. You never know, but I'll be very, very surprised. But it will be interesting to see how we can do with this midfield, though. We really will. So we're going to go with Garnacho on the left, Rashford off on the right. Again, like I said, and Rasmus up top. That three there done very, very well on Sunday. Rashford got himself an assist. Rasmus got a goal. Garnacho got a goal. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. And again, in terms of score prediction, again, we could look up. He may start Ahmad, but that's the team I'd go with. That's the team I'd exactly go with on Thursday. That's exactly what I'd go with there. Again, in terms of score prediction, I was debating, 2-2, 2-1, 3-2. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Manchester United. I'm going to go 2-1 win to Manchester United. I'm going to go with Rashford and Rasmus to score. I think Rasmus will score another one for us. And for Fenerbahce, I'm going to go with Aiden Dzeko. Yeah, I'm going to go with Dzeko to score. Actually, I'm going to go Tadic. Dusan Tadic. Ten Hag's former player will score against him. But hopefully that's all. Hopefully Fred and Amrabat have absolute howlers. And Mourinho's gone mad in the sidelines because Manchester United are absolutely beating them 5-0. But look, like I said, do join me for the watch on Thursday if I'm still alive. I do apologise. It's not my 100% self. But look, hope you all enjoyed the preview. Do like the video, comment your predictions and what you expect in this game, and do subscribe if you haven't already. And I will speak to you all for Thursday's game against Fenerbahce. Come on, let's get the win. Come on, the boys. Speak to you all in the next one, Reds. Take it easy.